in midfield. Chance for Barcenes, the Mazatlan deliver. Staying look faces on that Canada bench right now.
Yeah, they know they're in the game. And this is what you want.
Barcenes.
He's in again if he plays
to go back, and they're looking to do exactly what you said, but good read by Eustachio, and now a chance to break the other way. Jonathan David went into pressure, but he does win the throw-in.
There's Jesse again, going quickly, trying to get a ball.
David pulled back by Anibal Godoy.
But I just think with David dropping that deep, that just shows you how much Panama have come into the game now. You want him up the field, but he's having to come deep to try and get the ball. And you can see they're going man for man in the area.
Ball played in for Jonathan David again. Cornelius. Alphonso Davies. Davies trying to thread that one through for David. Davies. Chonier can't get to it. Fahad though. Good read by Davies. Been more involved here over the last couple of minutes. Nice ball forward. Chance to go for goal. That will come off the arm. Schaffelberg gets cleared. It'll be a corner at the very least. But the appeals, that was a handball.
I think more in hope than anything else. But again, you're right, there's a little bit of tempo about the game, there's a little bit of positivity when they get the ball. A bit of urgency as well, just trying to guide that into the corner. Referee's in a good position as well to notice.
And Carlos Avi, arm was right by the body, wasn't it? That was never going to be given. Jonathan David jostling again for position.
Yeah, normally, as we said before, had a good delivery last time in.
Chonier, similar area. Flick towards the far post. And the volley from Ahmed. Should be another corner, yes it will be. Good pressure here from Canada.
Should have been a goal. Someone's just got to attack it. That is a delightful ball played in. It's put in with pace and accuracy. Just throw yourself in front of the ball. You know the keeper doesn't want to come out. You see it in the last game.
Schaffelberg's going to come across and take this one. Yeah, two good deliveries from Chonier now.
It was Lauren last time that didn't make the effort.
Tori Penso, the difficult job of keeping an eye on all of this.
Yeah, good luck with that.
There's so many different battles. Ivan Anderson was the defender she was having a word with. Schaffelberg, left-footed delivery. Not as good a delivery. Ahmed, Schaffelberg gets a touch back. Lovely touch from Eustachio. Ball played in behind. David cuts it back. Really good skill from him. Eustachio still might be there for Ahmed, and he blasts well over. Best spell of the match for Canada.
Yeah, they've been aggressive. They've been smart with the play. Good here. Just trying to roll it onto that. You think hit the ball, but he's just trying to pop out. And just with his left foot, he's just trying to swing that into the goal, but just doesn't quite get his body round the ball. But I do love Canadian when they win it, then can they pass forward? It doesn't have to be a 20-yard pass. Can you be sharp? Can you be incisive with your ball?
Like a push there on one of the Panamanian midfielders. No whistle.
Just let it go. His body's everywhere.
This might not be the game to let it go because it has the ability to boil over.
Ah, let it go. Play on, referee. Play on.
Barcenes. It's a poor ball from him. Larin. Schaffelberg out wide. Larin. Oh, trying to play it towards Schaffelberg.
Play it wider.
David. That was the area where Schaffelberg wanted the ball.
Or even Alphonso Davies on that. Play it a bit stronger. Play it into the path. Let him run onto it. But they've just picked the pace up a little bit now. Canada, they've put that frantic soccer's come in. It's energetic, it's lively. The balls are bouncing around. There's a little bit of chaos in the game. Wasn't quite the same quality from this side, but they got one off the training ground, maybe.
Is coming across. Schaffelberg waves them away. Schaffelberg again doesn't beat that first defender at Anibal Godoy. Break has been on. That's going to be a foul. That's going to be a yellow card as well.
Yeah, he knows straight away. Tactical foul. You know if you don't win it, he's off. So you've got to take one for the team.
I don't think he can quite make the argument for his challenge.
No.
Really good touch by Lenise. There was cover, but it was cynical.
Yeah, I think a little bit of frustration. You touched on it. You know how influential he can be in midfield, the number 7, and how much he wants the ball to his feet. He's not really had a chance to influence the game as he would like to.
What's he thinking right now?
He'll have a little bit of a concern. I think he'll understand that, you know, the moment's has gone now. The honeymoon's over. They've come out, they've had their game, and I think deep down he'll be proud of what's going on, because people are now looking at the team and being respectful as they was going into the Qatar World Cup as well with Canada. But he'll have a lot of things to say to his team to try and tweak it a little bit. But knowing Jesse, it'd be positive. It'd be positive with him.
Davies. That one, again, well defended. Marcinez.
One positive thing he was talking about this week, Canada were the only to go to Qatar without a new jersey. That's going to change. They're working on that, he said, in terms of what way they're going to look in 2026.
Well, the look is the most important thing, I think, nowadays, you know.
You wouldn't guess it by looking at you sometimes.
Yeah. It's the little things, Keith. It's the little things.
Well, I think the players felt a little bit slighted when that happened, that 2022, so that has been changed. A lot of jostling from Barnes and Ahmed. Ahmed in behind. Gone with the help from Marcinez. Look at this, absolutely no room to manoeuvre for either side.
It has an edge to the game. There is no doubt about that. Panama have come in after being beat by the US 2-0 with a point to prove against the Canadian team that they know coming at home. Jesse Marsch's first home game, looking to be buoyant in front of their home fans in a wonderful city and stadium. And Panama are saying, well, if you're going to beat us, you're going to have to work hard to beat us.
Well, depends on not happy with where this throw has been taken from. Marcinez trying to steal a yard or two.
Well, tell him where it is. Yeah, she was going to give him a yellow, but just tell him where it is. He keeps saying it's back, but where is it? He's going to take it.
He's still going to steal a yard. Cornelius underneath this one.
Quite, you can see how strong the wind is, Keith. You know, there was a big clearance and it comes back 15, 20 yards.
15-mile-an-hour winds right now, in and around, swirling around the
It might
BMO
help
field.
Canada in the second half. They holds up in the wind because they've been so long with their passing in certain areas. Not a lot, but in certain areas, they'll hold up for them.
This is better. But they couldn't get that ball into it. Again, Schaffelberg, he's made a couple of runs now on that left-hand side.
He wants it into space. You know, that's...
Crepeau,
Oh.
quick off his line. I don't quite know if he needed to come that quick.
Oh, the ball was coming through to him. There's Escobar again, just trying to... This is the tackle where they run into each other here. You've got the full weight of that.
Escobar, a former Red Bulls defender, now at Saprissa. No nonsense centre-back. Godoy. Gondola, tempting cross, well defended by Cornelius. Ahmed. Aaron. Again, these are the kind of games Jesse Marsch has to win in terms of Canada making that next step. The Costa Ricas, the Panamas.
Go on, take him on.
Davies trying to do just that. Still Davies runs into one too many. And it's who else? Escobar.
He stopped doing that though, hasn't he? Remember before you'd see him making 8 or 9 runs. I mean, he's still only 23 years of age. But there's no better sight than when you used to see him just open his legs and run the ball going forward. Wow.
Yeah, again, the challenge is flying in.
Right, got to get a hold of this game.
And the yellow card is coming out for Marcinez.
Well, I don't know whether it was a foul, and then all of a sudden he's kicking him on the floor.
That could have been anybody there.
There's the first challenge.
But you haven't heard the whistle, so as a player, you keep going. It's a hard game to referee because, one, it's end to end, and then you've got players that are kind of in tackles, you've got players... No, I didn't hear a whistle, but then now you would think, you know, but they don't. They start...
Larea. Confirmation of that pass and it's yellow. Back for Bombito.
Haven't really been trouble, the two centre-backs for Canada so far.
They've had a good starting position, and sometimes it's been these areas where the pass has not been at the level you would expect.
Lenise.
Good luck taking him on.
Canada with 57% possession so far, Warren. And again, in this system, Red Bulls, it wasn't always about possession.
No.
It was almost the less you had the ball, the more impact you had when you did have it in transition.
Yeah, you'd expect them to have the ball, but it's in that final third what you want. And they've had some efforts, you know, a couple of shots from outside the area, but I'll go back to the two corners from there, left-hand side. They've got around the right to do it.
Good luck to the person keeping possession stats in this game, by the way.
I feel sorry for the ball.
It's taking a beating.
What actually is possession? Is this possession or not?
Ahmed.
Reminds you of one of those Monday night NFL games in Pittsburgh in January.
It's my favourite team. Look at you, NFL.
Ahmed. The first match on home soil for Jesse Marsh. No goals as of yet here at BMO Field.
The US a while to break through as well at the weekend against, you could argue, a stronger Panama side.
Yeah.
Mauricio Pochettino's era getting in the way.
What'd you make of that performance?
I think it was a good performance. There were certain moments where you could see he was getting frustrated, where he wants his players to believe, and there was a couple of times, and when you play at club level, you've got that freedom to play little 1-2s, or you take that first-time pass, but international level is a little bit more safe, and he just wants them to play with a bit more freedom, like Jesse did when he took over at Canada. But you know, he's a good coach, there's no doubt. The staff that he's brought in as well, they're paying him a hell of a lot of money as well to do the job, and you haven't got an excuse now for US players. It's not like the coaches or this is not going on. So, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the game.
And almost a giveaway by Annabelle Godoy. Good pressure, ball played in. The opening goal for Canada. Carl Laren with a superb finish, but Panama playing themselves into trouble. Perhaps it was always going to be a mistake that led to the opening goal. Canada, clinical. Laren with the goal, and they lead by 1-0.
No matter how you score, Keith, but when the opposition give you a chance like this, they want to play out from the back, and Jesse Marsh would have said to his team, keep pressing, keep going in, and there's the first press, there's the second press, and there's the third player playing it in, and it's a simple tap-in. You can see the mistake. He puts his head in his hand straight away. He knows he's trying to play out, but when you're playing against an opposition that all they're going to do is play out, you press at the right time, and they pressed, and they was clinical in front of goal. The chances come along, beautiful little finish. He just lets the ball do the work, opens his body up and puts it into the corner.
Goal number 30 at the international level for Carl Laren. Goes one ahead of his strike partner. That's quite a rivalry. Jonathan David has 29 goals as well.
And it makes his team talk a lot different as well. You know, it gives him something to hang on to and say, look, shows you that we press. When you keep pressing, it might be the first minute, it might be the last minute, but keep pressing, keep putting teams under pressure, you'll get your rewards.
Davies. And again, when you have the lead,
The opposition have to open out a little bit more. We'll see if that's going to be the case in the second half. But that all-important first goal arrives after some ridiculous play out of the back from Panama.
We love the beautiful game. We want it to be played out from the back. But you're playing an international game. You've worked so hard in the last minute, and you've got your captain trying to run past 3 red shirts, who, with all due respect, 34 years of age, can't run. and he's trying to run past 3 people. There's nothing wrong sometimes, and I know we want to, you know, learn and grow the game and things like that, but you also go about winning.
Ball travelling through. I wonder if we'll see at halftime those changes that you predict for Panama. Some of the more seasoned players coming on. We'll discuss that at halftime. We'll hear from Mauricio Pochettino ahead of that matchup with Mexico.
We've got a little interview. Nice.
Indeed. Yep. Maybe get your thoughts on England and their new manager as well. Someone once told me, someone told me club managers don't want to coach international football. That's not the case anymore.
Oof, not when you got that team of players as well, England. If it was your lot, I'd keep coaching club level.
Godoy, Bombito just knocking that one out of play.
He's done well. Bombito, very, very calm, just does his job. You can see, I think you said it earlier on, Keith, excellent point. They look secure, you know, they look like they've got a good foundation. And with that, you can build on. You know your left-back's a top-class player. You know your wide midfield player's going to work and hustle. He can pass, he can find an area, and have you got people that can score goals.
Oh, Eustaquio with a lovely ball, splits the defence. Laren, David central. Laren tries to get it across, and he couldn't connect with his strike partner.
Do it earlier, do it with your left foot.
Looks like he was caught in 2 minds initially, whether to go for goal or cross.
Well, Ramos did great because he didn't go over too early, and that's the little hand up. The centre of the 3 centre defenders didn't go towards Lowry. He sort of stayed and said to Lowry, go on and have a shot with your left foot.
Number 7 scored.
Back for Harvey. And this should take us right up to half-time, although one last long ball over the top. Crepeau coming out again, and he's got caught no land Anderson, and that one takes a deflection off Davies, who's having a word with his goalkeeper.
Just stay in your goal.
I think he's telling him that's my ball.
Yeah, I mean, you're never going to beat. Let him deal with it. Let him deal with it. I mean, again, twice he's done it. The ball that come over, then it causes a little bit of chaos when he first come out.
He's still trying to make his case.
That was a long way to go and not get the ball.
That's how he got injured as well.
Yeah, MLS Cup.
He come out of his area, didn't he? And got into a collision. You think you'd learn your lesson and stay in your 6-yard box.
Gondola. Going to be one last chance here for Panama. Towards the edge of the box, Schaffelberg clears, and that will be the final action of a battling first half from both sides. The opening goal coming right on the stroke of half-time from Kyle Laren. Canada lead by 1-0. We're going to step aside for a short break, but we'll be back with a recap of all of the first half action. Stay with us.
It wasn't working, and they had to slow the game down, and they had to refigure it out, and then they got given an opportunity, which is great, which they took just before half-time, and that would have made the team talk a lot different. I think it still would have been positive by Jesse Marsh, but maybe would have tried to fine-tune a little bit more than maybe what he needs to now.
Chonier, good strength to hold off the challenge.
What would have been the messaging for you from Jesse Marsh at halftime to decide a goal up?
Keep the tempo going. I think pick your moments to go forward. But if it's not on, can you keep the ball and retain the ball a little bit better? That's a wonderful.
Yeah, Eustaquio trying to play that reverse ball.
But you know with Jesse, he wants to go forward. He wants to be positive. But there's certain moments, and you touched on the point, Keith, quite rightly, is that the back line of Panama was already there. So there's no space to go in behind. So can you go to feet and suck them out and then play in? And that's what Christian Pulisic did against Panama. A little combination, little ball played in, and they get the goal.
We did see in that Canada victory over the US in the last international window where they did tire towards the end of that game, where the US came stronger and stronger. And again, Panama have a lot of key players in reserve in this one to call upon.
Well, that's what I'm saying, Keith, is that there's certain moments in the game you can't keep playing 100 miles an hour, press, because good players, and you're playing against good players, international, will just pass around you and just run it out of you. So I think what they did particularly well in this game, in the first half, they picked their moments. They tried to do it in the first 20 minutes, it didn't work. Panama got hold of the ball, then it got a bit bitty and scrappy, and then they was able to go again.
And pushing the back there on Alphonso Davies. He's won the free kick.
The referee and the officials are earning their money tonight with all the pushing and shoving and
That was an
whistles.
easy one. And he's two-handed, taking quickly and giving away Godoy. And he goes down, another free kick.
Just on the other side, I think Thomas Christensen defended well for large portions of the game, but gave away the goal. What would his team talk have been?
Individual mistake, and there's not a lot he can do about that. I think he would have been pleased with the way that they handled the pressure in the first 10-15 minutes, knowing that it was coming. Started to influence the game. Didn't have a shot on target, so that would have been disappointing. You know, take your chances when it comes along. I think he would have been pleased in certain moments of the way his team have done it, but it's an individual mistake by your captain to try and play it out from the back or run it out from the back when you know, that's not his forte.
Reminder, Panama's still part of World Cup qualifying for 2026. They've won 2 of 2. They've beaten Guyana and Montserrat, favourites to move on to the next stage. I don't care what you say, though, Warren, any of these games, potential mishaps for Christensen, so his side have to continue to perform at that level as well.
Yeah, and that's what these games, you know, you want the players to go out and perform, and straight away you knew there was an edge to this game. He knows with his players that played against the US, now you're sitting on the bench, and now you've got the opportunity here. If he plays it in early, you've got a great chance.
Yeah, Lanise, the cross comes in, Bombito clears, another opportunity for Lanise, and again it's into the big centre-back. 2 big chances. And another run down the middle by Ramos, the centre-back.
Well, he's lacking that final quality there again.
Well, he's got to... The centre-forward's got to make a better run to make the defender go out the way, and they don't do that, but it's good defending in the end. Now, defending's an art, and he does it very well. Just stood his ground, didn't gamble, didn't go to ground.
Davies pressured quickly. Eustachio. Davies bringing pressure again from Fajardo, though he's been very quiet, the central striker. Bombito knocking it forward. Ahmed, nice little touch around the corner for Larin. David turns into pressure again. Good challenge from Anibal Godoy. But just as quickly as they won it, Panama give it away again. Good switch here for Schaffelberg. Rare chance for him perhaps to run at the fullback instead. Tries to thread one through for David. Good read by Escobar. Just to go back to that World Cup qualifying, Warren, for Panama, they rounded out in June against Nicaragua and Belize. Again, games they're expected to win. You have to play the games first. CONCACAF with 3 spots available from World Cup qualifying. A couple of playoff spots as well. Fajardo goes down, the challenge from behind from Chaunier, and he's going to pick up a yellow. Sloppy beginning to the second half from both sides.
He still has that intensity about it, that cutting edge as well. The ball runs across him and he's the wrong side, and it's a cynical tackle. He knows he's never going to get the ball and he's going to bring him down, and you know you're going to get a yellow card. Panama was asking for a little bit more, but I think the referee handled that very well. Just got to make sure he's lined his wall up, let the wall do the job.
Thomas Christensen watching on. Bold decision to make so many changes tonight. We know the footballing world is watching these games. You want to provide an upset. He's gone with some fringe players.
No, I think when you have 2 games back-to-back so quickly, I think that gives him a chance to do that, and obviously the level that he's playing at. And he wants to, like you said, he wants to see what's going to happen in June, in November, and in the new year. So he's giving the players the chance. The international window's getting smaller and smaller.
Van Anderson is on the right-hand side. You've got Escobar and Barcenas, who's the much more likelier taker of this set piece. Carlos Harvey starting in an offside position. Goes over his head. Not sure the thought process behind that one. Here is Harvey. That's going to be another free kick. This one in a much better position.
These are concerning moments for Canada at the moment, and Jesse Mars, because they haven't cleared their lines. The header wasn't great, then it's a missed kick. And he didn't realise the player was behind him and brings him down. But you're right, Keith, this is much better for an opportunity to hit the target.
Yeah, Ahmed was the guilty party there. As you mentioned, just off
the blind side of him when he came across, but he made contact.
And you got the wind on this way. You know, you could see in the first half that it's only going to pick up, getting stronger and stronger. If you can get some sort of guidance on the ball and whip it into that corner, it's going to be difficult.
Well, Escobar is not letting go of this ball, the centre-back. Godoy, the captain, the other option. Shooting distance. Is it more set up for a left footer? Maxime Crepeau furiously setting up the wall. Now we have Barcenas coming out as well.
Quite interesting, not got anyone on the ground. Oh, yes, they have now. But just in case that ball's going to jump.
Always look to this near side, don't you? A low one could cause the goalkeeper trouble with just the positioning of that wall.
I just try and go with my right foot around the wall.
Barcenas, the last to arrive, now looks the likeliest to hit. Although Escobar, a straight run, and it was direct, it was up, it was over the wall, and over the crossbar.
They didn't have a clue. We was trying to guess who was going to take it, and no one really took leadership there of doing it. I mean, he's trying to fizz that over the wall and give himself half a stand, but it's never going to happen.
I'm with you now. I thought the wall was positioned where he could have gone with the right foot.
He did go with the right foot, not the way we thought.
He went right over the top. But they're not going to have great moments. We said that in the first half. You know, they had 5 attempts, only not one on target. So when you get an opportunity like that, you think Escobar, just put it down and hit it as hard as you can. You had 3 people in line with the wall. But they're definitely pressing a little bit higher now, Panama, which may suit Canada if they can bypass the press.
A good win from Schaffelberg here. He's got options either side. Larin, David gone central, and Larin just hesitated for a moment, allowed the challenge to come in from Ramos.
It's twice he's hesitated with his left foot. You think, get it out wide and just whip it in with your left foot.
He did score with his left foot, but beyond that, he has looked awkward on that side.
So just get it out and just roll it across the 6-yard box. Then you can say to your teammates, you get on the end of it.
Back to Chonier on the deliveries.
Yeah, Chonier's had good deliveries. That little area there, that 6-yard box there, be looking to whip it into.
He's whipped in towards that far side. Good header, clear.
I'm sorry, someone with a red shirt has got to attack that, because he's put 3 wonderful balls played in. Put in with pace. It's not too high, so it's easy to be defender. This is where
break on here. Barcenas. Gondola gone down the middle. Barcenas cuts back. Tries for the switch, and Alphonso Davies well positioned. They haven't looked themselves in this second half so far, Canada. Lenice.
I think you used the word, a little bit tired, you know. With the US, they sort of run out a little bit on that surface as well, where the players are slipping a little bit. We notice at half-time they're watering it, but they just need to get their second win, Canada. They need to do this. Just keep hold of the ball. I know Jesse Marsh and his team want to go forward, but it's not the right time at the moment. Just give yourself 3 or 4 minutes to play into the game. If it's not on, start again. Whatever you need to do.
Bombito, Ahmed. And that was the combination. Ahmed looking for Larin again.
Pull it on the edge. David was there. Just pull it on the edge of the box.
Bombito. Ahmed. Back for Eustachio. Cornelius. Davies. David furiously trying to get out wide on this left-hand side. And the ball in between both he and Schaffelberg. And allows for the challenge from Anderson. First change incoming for Panama. There's the challenge.
I think it could have come off of... But he'd be pleased with the intensity of the game. I think he'd be pleased with the effort of his players. There's still areas to improve, as always.
All right, let's go get it.
Fernando was trying to battle for that one. Ball out wide. Nice touch again from Barcenas.
He's had a good game, hasn't he? You've said about why he's had to defend, but also he's got nice range of pass as well.
The cross comes in, a little flick. Well defended by Correa, and it's a